So, we'll try to recollect some of the yesterday's points. Knowledge of part manifests at once, and it is not the result of any instrument of knowledge. Knowledge of part manifests at once, and it is not the result of any proof, pramana. Instrument of knowledge which arises from the negation of duality brings about simultaneously the cessation of ignorance and the distinction between the knower, the known, and the knowledge. What we told in the beginning is the example, and then the knowledge which arises from the negation of duality, na pragyam, na antapragyam, na bahispragyam, na prajnanaghanam, by negation. Brings about simultaneously the cessation of ignorance and the distinction between the Tripudi, knower, the known, and the knowledge. So, the knowledge, the experience, knowledge in the sense, the experience of Atman everywhere, in everybody, sarvatra sarvada, in all the times, in all the places. If you can feel the consciousness, immediately it removes your ignorance and the distinction. Because only one thing is there, that is Brahman, that is God, that is yourself. If it continues, it will lead to ad infinitum. How you say? The antapragyatvadi, etc. are not proof, invalid proof. The states are seen to change mutually. Now, see, he is putting a question. Antapragyatvadi, as you told, negation of these things is not a proof. If you say, then the answer is yes, it is the valid proof, because the states are changing. They are mutually changing. The opponent asks, the waking state, this dream state, etc. are real. How can you prove that they are not real? We are experiencing. Then the answer, they are mutually changing. How then, after negation of all the attributes which rest with self, may become non-existence? Says, if you remove everything, then there is no self also. He says, the first thing he has asked, it is not a proof. Here, the states are, negation of the states are not a proof to get into the Atma. But what the second question? The after negation, the self also is negated, nothing is existing. Then the same answer he says, states seem to change mutually, that's why they are not real. And by superimposition, where the states are removed, the substratum, the base is real. Where from you are removing? Take away this. From where? What? Question arises. Huh? Take away this from this place. So, that is why previously we have discussed that why you have to tell superimposition instead of Brahman. Because he told, you are having that these states are real. You are having the notion, conception, rather to say confirmed conception. Yes, these states are real. But from the absolute point of view, they are not real. That's why first we tell the superimposition on something. And then when we remove, then you can conclude the states are not real, the world is not real. Then again he asks, how am I to know the Brahman? All that you have removed. Huh? Here we see the snake is not there, rope is there. But there we don't see anything. Then your existence is the proof as the existence of Brahman. That he told. Then he says that you are telling by removing all the states, you want to confirm something. But I see, the opponent says, the consciousness is not changing in sleep. Say, the sleeping state is not, it's changing. But I say, I don't see that consciousness is changing in sleep. Then, you see, the experience is momentary. Simply you say, I slept well. I slept past tense. So, you can easily feel the sleeping state you are changing. If you say that the Atman is indescribable, how to get into it? Again the same question. The proof consists in the identity of the self, that is Turiya, should be spotted by undeviating conviction, he says. Conviction, undeviating conviction. The Turiya should be experienced as the Atman or Brahman, because your existence is a proof for yourself. You never say, I am not existing. Even the madcap will never say that. Madcap, crazy person. Huh? He also says, for this also previously I told a simile, see, in Punjab there is a big ashram. Huh? And they keep all such persons, mentally retarded. So, but they don't know where to do what, where they sit. It may be in the room. Inside they clear their bowels in the room. So, but some workers are there and they clean all the things. So, one crazy fellow came, he's stark naked, more than 50 years, holding the hands like this. Hey, do properly. He's telling the worker, hey, do properly. You are naked, you don't know what you are doing, where you have left all your things. And he says, do properly. This I have seen with my own. What I mean to say, even a crazy man, madman, never say that I am not. What to think of a healthy person? So he says, undeviating conviction that it is the one self that existing, Satma Savigneya, that is the self that is to be known. Till this, we have
What is the Sanskrit word that is used for undeviated conviction?
It is here. Well. Page?
334.
334. Oh. You see, in 334 we are having, its proof consists in the identity of the self in all states. Turiya should be spotted by undeviating conviction. So, it is unthinkable, so also indescribable by words. Ateva achintyam, ate avyapadesham, ekatma pratyesaram, jagradadisthaneshu, eko ayam atma, iti avyabhichari yah pratyeha. Avyabhichari pratyeh. Vyabhichari means changing, oscillating mind. Avyabhichar. That's why undeviating conviction, he says, avyabhichari yah pratyeha, ten anusaraniyam. You have to follow that. That it is the one self that exists in all states, such as waking, etc. Now, so far, we have discussed about the 7th stanza. Its commentary is over. Now, on this some karikas are there. Atra ete sloka bhavanti, page 335. Nanta pragyamityad sutyukte arthe. What is this atra here? What we have explained in our 7th sloka. Atra Nanta pragyadi ityad sutya ukti arthe, whatever has been explained, in that meaning, here means in that particular meaning. Karikas are there. Here follows these verses of Gaudapadika. So what is here? What we have told already in the 7th sloka, Nanta Pragyam, as explained by the scripture. In that meaning, we are having these karikas. Nivritte sarva dukkhanam ishana prabhuravyeha advaita sarva bhavanam devasturyo vibhusmrutaha. See, our Swamiji says how to connect these Sanskrit words in the Karika. So, if you want to make a sentence, Sarva dukkhanam nivritte ishana prabhuravyeha sarva bhavanam advaitaha devasturyo vibhusmrutaha. That is in sentence form. That is Anvaya we say. Because in Sanskrit, to maintain the meter, chandas, they use words this side and that side. That's why. Now here he says, smritaha. It is remembered by whom? By the men of emancipation. By realized persons. It is smritaha. Sarva dukkhanam nivritte. If you negate all these sorrows, difficulties, after negating, Ishanaha prabhuravyeha sarva bhavanam, the one, say controller, he is the Lord of everything, and he is avyaya, he is not changing. Sarva bhavanam advaita. You will be able to understand that everything is one consciousness, no dual data. Devasturyo vibhusmrutaha. He is the effulgent person. And he is Turiya, omniscient. This is realized by the man of knowledge, smrutaha. Now we are going to the English meaning. Turiya, the Lord powerful to bring about the cessation of all sorrows. See, Turiya alone is powerful to bring about the cessation of all sorrows. Previously I told a sentence. When you will get independence, when you realize the Turiya. Till that you are dependent. No independence. You simply may say, I am quite independent. I can do anything. You can boast. It is not so. Till you realize you are dependent on something or else, you are not independent. Only after knowing your own self you will get independence. So that's why he says, powerful to bring about the cessation of all sorrows. Prabhu, Avyeha, Ishana. He is powerful, Lord of everything. He can remove all the sorrows. None else. Is imperishable, Avyayaha, regarded as the non-dual Advaita, Lord of all entities. He says, Sarva Bhavanam Devaha. He is Lord of all entities. All-pervading, Vibhu. Like that, The translation was given. Now, the commentary. Prajna Taijasa Vilakshanaam Sarva Dukkhanam Nivrutte Ishana Turiya Atma. See, the Prajna and Taijasa in this Lakshananam, they are indicated by what? By sorrows. And they are removed Ishana Turiya Atma. By knowing, by becoming one with it. Ishana ityasya padasya vyakhyana prabhuhu. Says when you told Ishana, his ruler, Prakashena bhavati prabhuhu, he is also the administrator. Why you have given two words? That is, Ishana is explanation. Ishanas, the word of Ishana is explained by Prabhu. Dukkha nivrittim prati prabhur bhavati ityartha is capable of removing all the sorrows. Tad vijnana nimittatva dukkha nivrittehe. Only after experiencing it, tad vijnana. Jnana is knowledge. Vijnana is experience. Jnana, you are having the knowledge of milk. You know milk. You have seen the milk. But you have not boiled it, you have not added sugar, and you have not taken, and after taking, you have not digested. When you digest it, then it is called Vijnana. See? So, simply knowing through the scriptures, Naisha Tarkena Matira Paneya, Sravana Api Bahubhiryo na Labhyaha, many cannot eat. Srunvantopi na vidmuhu. Even after reading, they don't understand. And he says, the opponent here, he said, we see that sleeping state is not changing. Yes, it is not changing. You are having highest joy, but it is momentary. Matram upajivanti, this has been explained. 0.001% only happiness is there of the Brahman. And you are attached to that. So, the prajna is of small, less time. Vividham sthanatrayanam asmad bhavati iti utpatte turiyo vibhuhu. Why you call it as vibhu? Visheshena bhavati iti vibhu in Sanskrit. It is not in general. In particular, it becomes many. Visheshena bhavati. Vividham sthanatrayam asmad bhavati. All the three states have come out of this. And it has become. The rope has become the snake. Snake is not there. So, from the existence, all these three stages have come. Sthanatrayanam asmad bhavati iti utpatyat turiyo vibhu. That is why it is called Turiya. It is the ruler of everything. Only in all the worlds one ruler is there. And you are beyond that. Ruler is the cause for the creation. He is having a cover called Maya, ignorance. So, you should go beyond the ignorance, beyond Ishvara. Then, Turiyam atirekena stranastrayam atmanam dharayasi yatha rajuhu. He alone is having the power, energy to create all this. Even these all three states. Then he says Sarva Dukkhanam, remover of all the sorrows, Adhyatma, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika. Adhyatma pertaining to the body. That is divided into two, which belongs to the body and which belongs to the mind. Adi, Vyadhi. Some may be healthy, but they are not healthy mentally. So, these things, Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, you know, Tad Hetu Nam. Not only that, he removes all the sorrows, but he removes the cause of those sorrows. Where from they are coming? Hetu Nam. And he is bearing all these things. Dharana. He is the support. He is the support of everything. That's why Viswadi Lakshananam Sarvadukhanam Nivrutte. And then again say, then you say, Atman is there, yes. Brahman is there, yes. You are there, yes. Turiya is there, yes. Then there is no sorrows in it, no difficulties. It is always there. And why people get the sorrow and difficulties? Question. If it is there always, Atman is there always. And where from this all difficulties and other things have come? Atman is there, I am there, I am existing, I am the Atman, I am Brahman. Though it is existing, he says, Tad vijnana nimittatva dukha nivritte. You have to experience it. Simply knowing it is there, nothing will happen. That's why in the translation he gives, he is the Lord capable of destroying the sorrow, for his realization leads to the cessation of all sorrows. The last sentence. His realization, tad vijnanam. So simply telling that it is there, nothing will happen.
I have a question. The seventh chapter of the Bhagavad Gita called Vijnana Yoga. It is the first chapter among the 6 chapters of Bhakti Yoga. Six. Why Vijnana Yoga belongs to the 6 chapters of Bhakti Yoga?
Vijnana, you see, as we told, actually it is Tat Tvamasi. So the explanation of Tvam, you should have faith in yourself and you should have more devotion. Previously I told, you are having the grace of Ishvara. Ishvara Kripa. You are having the grace of all your masters. Guru Kripa. Shastra Kripa is there. You know all the scriptures. But you are not having Atma Kripa. That means you are not devoted to your own self. See? You are not devoted and you are not showing grace on yourself. You are taking your mind and you are showing all around. I am doing this. I am a volunteer worker. I am doing so much of seva. What is the use? So, when Ishwar Kripa is there, then Guru Kripa comes, then Shastra Kripa comes, then it is your duty to develop Atma Kripa. Uddhared Atmanatmanam. Shankara says, Moksha sadhana samagriyam bhaktireva gariyasi. He says, bhakti is the foremost thing to realize. And again he defines bhakti as swaswarupa sandhanam bhaktiritya vidhiyate. Meditating on the self is called real bhakti. See. 18th chapter, 55th sloka, maybe, I don't know properly. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatpataha. Then tato mam vishanti. Something like that. It is there. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tadanantaram. 1855. Then he says, Bhaktya, you can know me through only devotion. Then what is this devotion? Yavan yaschasmi tatpataha. In reality, the expansion that I am pervading in all the worlds, I am pervading everybody, I am in everybody, you should know this. Yavan yaschasmi tatpataha. Next sanja. Yavan yaschasmi tatpataha. Tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tadanantaram. Then only you will be knowing my reality of the existence. Then he says, you enter into me, you become one with me. But he uses the word bhakti. Bhakti, we do say devotion. But devotion of a particular deity in a form is called upasana. In the upasana, the deity is separate, you are separate, and there is a big wall in between both of you. Here we say Brahman and Atman are one. But there you have constructed a big wall between the deity and yourself. I am separate from him. I want to do the devotion. That's why here it says, those who are devoted to Omkara, those who are not having the proper understanding that everything dissolves in Turiya. And Turiya is Brahman and that is myself. Those who cannot understand this, simply by doing japa of Omkara, they go to Brahmaloka because they are doing upasana. So, but for a man of body consciousness, क्लेशोधिक तरस्तेषाम अव्यक्ता सक्त चेतसाम अव्यक्ता hi gatir dukkham dehavat bhirvapyate. If you are having the body consciousness, it is very difficult to think oneness. He says yes. So, as long as you are having this body consciousness, better to take a deity and worship, do upasana. Then, dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mam upayantiti. See, the verses are in different places. One is in 18th, one is in 12th, and one is in 17th. One is in 7th. How to get connection? That is why you say you should know all the scriptures thoroughly. All the 10 Upanishads. Then Brahma Sutras. Then you can easily make the meaning of Gita slokas. Again he says, Dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mam upayanti te. When you realize me, when you experience me as your own chosen deity, one with me, then I will give you the eligibility to know the knowledge. See, Dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mam upayanti te. That is, all right, you are doing upasana, but after the upasana you should realize the oneness with the deity. Then only you are eligible to know the knowledge. You will be eligible to enter into the knowledge. Dami buddhiyogantam. Sri Ramakrishna worshipped mother. Then Totapuri came to him and gave the knowledge of oneness. Namdeva was worshipping Sri Krishna and Vishobha Kechar of Kashi gave him the knowledge of oneness. So, Sri Krishna was taking the food that is offered daily by Namadeva. Even then says, you are an unmature devotee. See? Why? You don't have oneness. Then he has not initiated. Sri Krishna has not initiated him. The oneness. He has sent to Vishobha Kecha to Kashi. So, bhakti, if you follow the commentary of Shankara, it is only the oneness. But the other commentators, like the dualist, Tasmat Tvamasi, from that you have come, so he was separate. Tasya Tvamasi, you belong to him. Tasmin Tvamasi, in that you are there, your entity is different and his entity is different. So that is, they make Tattvamasi in such a explanation. But actually, there is a process of chanting Vedas. Ghanapata. There the three words are separate, but there is no conjoined word as Tasmat Tvamasi, Tasya Tvamasi, Tat 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 Tam 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 Asi Asi Asi, like that. They separate the words. Though that is called Ghanapata. Then you have to take the support of the Ghanapata and the Vedas. Ekameva Dvitiyam. Even Gita says, Matta Parataram Nanyat Kinchid Asti Dhananjaya, besides me there is nothing. See? And then he says, Natvam Teshu Te Mai. Everything is in me, but I am not there in them. See? So, that is why it is the explanation of actually Tvam, and that's why Tat, Nainam Chinnandi Shastrani, Nainam Dhatipa, Kutasto, Ajo, Nitya Shashvato, is all Tat. And here he explains the Tvam. You are not a man of waking state, all the states are not in you, and the world is not in you, all these things he says. Then he says, Tad Vijnanat. Simply talking long will not do. His realization leads to the cessation of all sorrows. That's why previously I told a sentence. God is in you. You are in God. And God is around you. Still you say, I don't know. Because you have not realized. Avyayo navyeti swarupat navyabhicharati iti yavat. It never changes. Only a thing which is having an agent, upadhi, it changes. Space in pot, space in a cave, space in an ashrama, and the outside space. So, why it is having one space so many names? Because of the upadhi agent. That the general becomes particular. Particular means it is limited. Particular means it is limited. That's why it is not limited. Avyayo navyeti. It never changes. Swarupat navyabhicharati iti yavat. Why it is not changing? Because nothing besides is there itself. So how can it change? If you put a part, then the space of the part you say. No other thing is there besides him. That's why it cannot change. Yetat kutam yasmat advaitaha sarvabhavanam. Because it is not changing, just like the curtain in the theater, or even if you make so many ornaments from gold, gold is only one. Form is changed. In the same way, here he says, Advaita sarvabhavanam aham atma gudakesha sarvabhutashe sthita. As Atman, I am in everybody. He says, aham atma gudakesha vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Again he says, Rajju sarpavan mushatvat. As a snake on the rope is illusory. Sa yesha devo dhyotanaturiyaschya tirtho vibhurvyapi smrutaha. He is the resplendent one because of his effulgence as the fourth, and is all pervading. Then again the opponent says, I am seeing the waking state, dream state, sleeping state, and then all the things I am seeing. How can you say it is only one, Advaita? Sarva bhavanam rajju sarpavan mushatvat. Whatever you see, it is not real. Whatever you don't see, that alone is real. That which you don't see, you experience. He does not deviate from his own nature. Navyaya. Hence he is avyaya. Because he is non-dual, all other entities being illusory like a snake superimposed on a rope. He is regarded as the Deva because of his effulgence, as the fourth, and as the all-pervading. He is all-pervading, omniscient. विश्वादीनां सामान्य विशेष भावो निरूप्यते तुर्य याथात्म्य अवधारणार्थम. It says, in order to determine the real nature of Turiya, generic and specific characteristics of Vishwa and the rest are being defined. Specific characters of Vishwa and the general characteristics of Vishwa. Now, he is going to tell two words. Tattva Agrahana. That is, you are not able to grasp the oneness, the Atma. Tattva Grahana. Or is as Anyatha Grahana. That oneness is there. And you are telling that it is body and it is many. Non-apprehension and misapprehension. That is going to tell. Anyatha Grahana. It is coming. You need not worry, everything will be told. In order to determine the real nature, Karya Karana Baddhau Tau Ishyete Visvatejasau Pragya Karana Baddha Stu Dautau Turyena Siddhyataha. What is Karana? Tattva Agrahana is the cause. That is non-apprehension. And Anyatha Grahan, because non-apprehension you are understanding it in other way. Misapprehension, that is the effect. So one is the cause and another is the effect. Karya Karana Baddhau Tau Ishyete Visvatejasau. So, in waking state and in dream state, these two things are there. Non-apprehension, misapprehension. Prajna Karana Baddhastu. In prajna, in deep sleep, only one thing is a non-apprehension. Yesterday I was describing how you experience the dream, the sleep. Mind is there, but there it is the remembrance portion is there and experience portion is not there, I told. So how it remembers? As the witness. But witness we don't find. That witness is covered by ignorance. That witness is covered by ignorance. Ajnana avrita vritti. How you say, I slept well? Though you have experienced, that's why in that particular state you don't experience I am sleeping. That is the ignorance. Only after getting. Witness is there, experience is there, but completely covered with ignorance. In dark, you may open your eyes in darkness. And what you will see? Nothing you see, only darkness. That's why he say only non-apprehension is there in prajna. And these two things are not there in turiya. Turiya nasiddhyata. Visva and tejas are regarded as conditioned by cause and effect. Prajna is conditioned by cause. But these two do not exist in turiya. Very simple. All the three states. He has divided and separated the fourth one. But see, the fourth one, when it reflects on the mind, in its presence only everything happens. Without its presence, it is everywhere. I told you it is even in dead body, but no reflection. Mind is not there. Karyam kriyate iti phalabhavaha. Karya means effect, fruits. Karanam karoti iti bija bhavaha. What it does is the cause, that is bija. Tattva agrahana anitha grahanabhyam bija phala bhavabhyam. So there is no cause and effect. That tattva grahana anitha grahana, non-apprehension and misapprehension. Tau yethokto visvatejaso baddhau. By these two things, the waking state and dream state are bound. He says, Prajnastu bija bhaveneva baddha. Just by non-apprehension it is bound. Tattva apratibodham matrameva hi bijam. That is the seed. Non-apprehension is the seed. Because from that, again waking and dream states are coming. That is why prajnatve nimittam. Prajnana ghana he told. Prajna. Why it is the seed for waking and dream. Tato dautau bija phala bhavau. Seed is not there, fruit is not there. Tattva grahananya grahane turye na siddhyato na vidyete na sambhavaha. See, do not exist. They cannot occur in turiya, in reality. Karya is effect, means that which is produced. Karya means that which is fruits. The aspect known as result. And karana, cause, means that which acts or forms the seed. Both Visva and Tejasa spoken of above are regarded as being conditioned by cause and effect of the nature of non-apprehension and misapprehension of the reality. But by cause alone is prajna conditioned, only by non-apprehension. The non-apprehension of reality alone constitutes the cause that leads to the state of prajna. Again further he explains, non-apprehension of reality alone constitutes the cause that leads to the... Therefore these two, the cause and effect, the nature of non-apprehension, misapprehension of reality do not exist. Where? In turiya. They cannot occur. That means it is completely detached. Asango hi ayam purushaha. Completely detached. No attachment at all to anything. That's why previously what we told, the crystal and the flower. The crystal is in no way attached to the flower, or the flower to the crystal. But the flower reflects. Crystal is the mind, it is pure. But the flower is not attached to anything. You put a crystal, you take away, in no way the flower is. So, they cannot occur in Turiya. The Atman is completely devoid of all the things. In no way the seemingly snake affects the rope. It cannot taint. Rope is rope. Katham punah karana baddhatvam prajnasya. How you say it is bound by cause? Turi eva tattva grahana anyatha grahana lakshano bandhavana siddhyate. Two questions. How the sleeping state is bound by cause, and this non-apprehension, misapprehension, these two things are not there in the Turiya, in the Atman. How? Katham? How is then prajna conditioned by cause? And now it is that the conditions of the nature of non-apprehension, misapprehension of reality do not exist in Turiya, because na atmanam na paraschaiva na satyam na apicha anutam prajna kinchana samveti turiyam tat sarvadrik sada. The prajna, that is he knows neither himself nor others. Prajna. Na satyam na picha anrutam. No truth. Nor untruth. Nothing he knows. Turiyam sat sarvadruk sada. But Turiya is ever the all-seer. Why? It is not seeing the truth or untruth in the relative plane. Absolute plane, the prajna is not able to experience the consciousness. And all the things are superimposed. And this Turiya is not tainted by cause or effect. Now Turiya is there. It is not affected by cause or effect. It is there. And the prajna, sleeping state or dream state or waking state. Three states are there. That is not attached, and these are simple matter, elements. See, by the combination of the elements that mind, senses and body is formed, they are inert. But just by the presence of the Atman, they start working. This you never forget. You should not forget. Atma vilakshanam avidya bija prashutam bahyam dvaitam. That which is different from the Atman, that is as ignorance. Avidya bija prasutam, because of the seed of the ignorance, you are seeing the duality, which is not real. Pragyo na kinchana samveti tatha visvatejaso. But Prajna does not know anything, even Vishwa is also Krishna. They know the unreal things. The real thing they cannot know. Tatascha sau tattva grahanena tamasa anyatha grahana bijabhutena baddho bhavati. This prajna, tatascha asau, this prajna, it is bound by non-apprehension, misapprehension. Tamasa, because of ignorance. Last time I gave 2 examples. Atman is there. You are sleeping. You are getting the happiness of the Atman, but you are not one with it. Wonderful. Huh? Ahar ahar brahma gamayati. Every day everybody is taken into the Atman. That also the scripture says. Then why you are not becoming one with it? Because of ignorance. Then how do you explain that ignorance is there in sleep? So I told, a lamp is there and it is covered with a glass case. You sit near the glass case, you will get the light and heat of the lamp. But as long as the case is there, you cannot touch the lamp or the fire of the lamp. So you can only experience. That particular cover is called ignorance. How it is removed? By purifying the mind. Very simple. By purifying the mind. So everything is there, but still we are penniless, not having the actual experience. We are very poor. Tataschasau tattva grahanena tamasa anyatha grahana bijabhutena baddho bhavati. Yasmat turiyam tat sarvadrik sada turiyad anyasya bhava sarvada sada eva iti sarvancha tadrukcheti sarvadrik tasmat. Turiyam is says sarvadrik. Sarvancha tadrik. It is the seed of everything. Anyasya bhavat, besides that Atman, nothing else is there. Always and everywhere. Sarvancha tadrikcha, sarvadrik tasmat. Na tattva agrahana lakshanam bhijanam tatra. So, in that Atman, we don't find the non-apprehension or misapprehension. Now, you see, tat prasutasya anyatha grahanasya api atah eva bhavo. This sleeping state is different from the fourth, turiya. Tat prasutasya anyatha grahanasya api atah eva bhavo. What that prasutasya? Now he told, non-apprehension, misapprehension are not there in the turiya. So from that, the anyatha grahanam, he says, non-apprehension also is there. How? Now he is giving an example. Nahi savateri sada prakashatmike tad viruddham aprakashanam anyatha prakashanam ma sambhavati. In the sun, we don't find any darkness. And not only this, there cannot be anything of contrary effects like suns refusing to shine or shining in a different way. Both things are not there. Nahi drashtar drashter viparilopo vidyate. The sight of the seer is never lost. There is no darkness in the sun because of the moving of the earth around itself. In some places, if it is daytime here, in India it is night. Some 10.5 hours or some difference is there. So while coming, see total, it says suppose we take 27 hours, our travel. Out of these 27 hours, while coming, 10 hours are cut off. So within 17 hours we are coming here. Night, 1 o'clock we start, and say 2 o'clock we are here, 4 o'clock in the day. But while going, 2 tens are added, one which is cut and one which is not applied. So it becomes 24 plus 10, altogether it becomes, I think, 34 hours, something like that. 14 hours we have come, and while going, it will 31. Night we sit here, we leave the ashram by 7 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock the plane starts. And next day is off, only simply sitting in Heathrow. And then day after tomorrow morning 9 o'clock we will be reaching Delhi airport. So much of time gap. So if it is daytime, it is night here. If it is night, that is daytime there. Why? We say sunset was there. Arre, where he will be setting? Sunrise is there. It is imaginary. From the point of view, those who are staying on the earth. So, there is no sunset or no sunrise in sun. It is always shining. In the same way, our Atman is always shining. We put the darkness on that. We imagine. We take all the dust of the relative universe and push them. And weep and wail, attaching to the body. So, unlike Vishwa and Tejasa, Prajna does not perceive anything which is external and in the nature of duality. Yesterday I was telling about Moses, is it not? Moses. He went and saw the light. And what he says? I am that I am. I am that light. That is Tattvamasi. What else? Where from you will get Tattvamasi? I am that I am, he says. Moses. Unlike the Vishwa and Tejasa, Prajna does not perceive anything which is external and of the nature of duality, which is different from the self and which is the product of the seed of ignorance. Therefore, he is conditioned by darkness of the nature of non-apprehension of reality, cause of misapprehension. That Turiya is ever the all-seer. There being nothing other than Turiya, there is no cause of characteristic of non-apprehension of reality. You know yourself, but misconception. You know your body. You know your mind. But you don't know yourself. In a general way, you know. Some consciousness is there in me, I know. But in particular, you have not experienced. See? Though you know, you don't know. Though you know, you don't know. Why? In general, you know that consciousness is there, and particularly you have not experienced. I am everywhere, I am in everybody, I am only the thing that is existing. As a result of this, there is the absence of misapprehension itself, which is product of non-apprehension. For in the sun, which is nature, in the sun, which by nature is ever luminous, there cannot be anything of contrary effect like suns refusing to shine or shining in different way, as evidenced by the Sruti passage. Sight of the sea is never lost. That's what it says. See, imam vivasvate yogam pravaksham anasuyave. Imam vivasvate yogam pravakshami anasuyave. What is Vivasvan? Sun. Sun. So in the beginning, the knowledge was given to sun. So, he is having full knowledge. That's why he could teach everything to Hanuman. Asta Siddhi Nava Nidhike Data. All the things he has given. And the sun is never lazy. 5:30 sunrise. Imagine first 5:30. He is the greatest karma yogin. Not doing only action. Actions which will not bound. No bondage. Why? He never thinks I am the doer, just like Sri Krishna. I am not the enjoyer. I am in myself. That's why there is no darkness in him, no ignorance. Ever shining. अथवा जागृत स्वप्नयोः सर्वभूतावस्थः सर्ववस्तु दृग आभासस्तुरीय एवेति सर्वदृक् सदा नान्यततोऽस्ति दृष्टि. Turiya is described as the overseer of everything, since it, subsisting in all beings during the waking and dream states, appears as the seer of everything, as supported by the Shruti. There is no other seer than this. So, it is the cause of existence. And it is the cause for light. And it is the cause of desire in your mind, sankalpa. So, it is giving existence as well as the light for your mind. Then only you are able to think. But you forget, he remembers as the cause. But when a impression rises in your mind, then who is the seer of that impression of the mind? You are the seer. So you know that this thing is coming, cropping up. Why I am getting angry? Eh? How you know you are getting angry? You see? So, one particular impression is cropping in your mind that you know because you are seer of that particular impression. Is it not? So, he says, when you identify yourself with Brahman, when you realize you are only the seer, because there is no difference between Brahman and yourself. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atma Brahma. So again I say, the Brahman is all pervading, is pervading in all the universes, and he is having so much of absolute bliss. When you experience him, you will get that bliss. All pervading. Pervading all the worlds. Now in a limited body you are getting so much happiness at times. Though not always. Huh? You see, when stomach pain is there, then you will understand. All your Vedanta goes away. Huh? And if terrible headache means, that day, no practice. Thinking always of the head. Tooth pain is there, terrible. So, what Shivanji says, bear, endurance. At that time you should think, I am not the body. That is called it. If somebody tells a thing, you are disturbed. So what endurance you are having? Always running and running like a mad dog behind the body. Huh? With one word disturbs you, one scold. So what endurance you are having? That's why Shivanji says, develop endurance. If you develop endurance, you can very easily realize your own self. That, in other words, Sri Ramakrishna says, Sa sa sa, bear, bear, bear. Develop endurance, develop endurance, develop endurance. Yesterday, I told about Dadhichi. He was a living person. And the gods, they wanted to take all the bones. Take away. See? You can understand the endurance there. Dadhichi may exist, may not exist. But you see the example and try to understand the endurance. You may say, you are telling cock and bull stories. Huh? Cock and bull stories. What you call? Fairy tales. But why don't you take the meaning? Once Swami Vivekananda went and asked, what is this so much of a relation between Radha and Krishna? Why they should explain? You fellow, you try to see the bondage of love. Don't see the character of Radha, don't see the character of Krishna. Try to feel the bondage of love. They give up for one another. They give up their life. That is more important. What? Endurance. Now, because there is no darkness in you, there is no ignorance. As soon as you think, I am the Atman, I am the consciousness, I am detached from anything, how the things can disturb you? That means there may be a wrong in your thinking, or you may be telling lie. Next. Dvaitasya agrahanam tulyam ubhayoho prajnaturyoyo bija nidrayita prajna sachaturye na vidyate. This is over or what? No. Dvaitasya agrahanam. That means non-cognition of duality. Ubhayoho prajnaturyoho. He says the non-cognition of duality is common to both prajna and turiya. Prajna is possessed of sleep, of the nature of cause. Bija nidra sacha turiya na vidyate. See, the non-cognition of duality, you are not experiencing any duality in the Atman or in the sleep. But, though this is a common factor in both, bija nidra ita prajna, that is, possessed of sleep, of the nature of cause, that is, covered with ignorance. That is why you are covered with the cause, the ignorance, whereas the sleep does not exist in turiya. no sleep. Whereas the sleep does not exist. Here you see, because of the ignorance that in prajna, that non-cognition of duality is there. But Sri Krishna says again, Name parthast kartavyam trishlokesha kinchin anavaptam avaptam vartayevacha karmani. Whereas the sleep does not exist in Turiya. So what here Krishna says, Name parthast kartavyam trishlokesha. I am not having any duty in all the three words. That there is nothing that I have to get or that I have to, or that I have not got. Vartayevacha karmani. But always I do action. I never sleep as Atman. Such a wonderful thing is, he never sleeps, never get tired. It is needed to prana. Prana never gets tired. It never sleeps. Why? It is needed to the Atman. That's why all the words are ruled by Hiranyagarbha, prana, vital force. That is holding all these planets, stars, this thing, that thing. That is ruled by Ishvara. But the Ishvara is having illusion. Illusion, Maya. That is not there in Atman. See. And non-cognition, you say, is common for prajna and turiya. How can we differentiate? He says, you told that prajna is bound by the cause. That is why after waking up, you see the world as it is. Non-existence of the world you cannot see. Because it is bound by cause, non-perception. But the consciousness which is within you is beyond time, beyond space, beyond any material object. Prajna is bound by time. You sleep for some time, again you are waking up. But the Atman is not bound. Nimittantara prapta ashanka nivrityartho ayam slokaha. He says, we are entertaining a doubt, taking some excuse, some cause. This verse is to remove the doubt that has arisen from another source. From another source. Nimittantara prapta ashanka nivrityartho ayam slokaha. Katham dvaita grahanasya tulyatvat karana baddhatvam prajnasya naturiyasya. The non-cognition of duality is common to both. How is prajna alone conditioned by cause but not the turiya? Turiya is not bound, Prajna is bound. How is it possible? So, na turiyasti prapta shanka nivartyate. This doubt we are going to remove, he says. Yasmad bija nidrayita tattva pratishedho tatra pratibodho nidra. Prajna is associated with the sleep, which is the seed. For sleep is of the characteristic of non-cognitive reality. And it is again the seed that gives birth to the cognition of varieties in the dream and waking. Yasmad bija nidrayitah tattva apratibodho. There you are not experiencing the consciousness. Saivacha vishesha pratibodha prasavasya bija. Vishesha pratibodha prasavasya bija, he says. That means so many particular things of dream and waking state you experience after waking up. That's why it's called, it is the seed. Sa bija nidra taya ita prajna. With that seed, the prajna is born. Sada drik svabhavatva tattva pratibodha lakshana nidra turiye na vidyate. And the Atman is always the seed. It never sleeps. Like prana. Always working. Without working. Because in its presence. This also I have explained to you previously. The very small boys, you see, this LKG, that is just, they have not come into first standard. They just simply play. They go to school at the age of 2.5 or so. They simply play. And after 1 year, a little more. Only after 2 years they will come to first standard. So these first standard boys and the other boys, they come early to the school and do so much of noise. Just to see, minimum 100 yards it is away from our ashram, the school, boys' school. But I can see their noise, I can hear. But as soon as the bell goes and the teacher comes to this class, silent. Teacher need not tell anything. Just by the presence of the teacher, noise is subdued. Just by the presence, everybody works. So, now just today we announce, the president of Bahamas is coming. See, all the people, so much they act up. They clean everything, they tip top, everything they keep. Spick and span. Why? And tomorrow our minister is coming. He may come, he may not come. Just the word, the presence makes others so much active. So in the same way, the very presence of the Atman. But who is the doer there? The illusion, the ignorance. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacha. So you are not the doer. You are not the enjoyer. The ignorance is the doer in you. Prajna is associated with sleep, which is the seed. For sleep is of the characteristic of non-cognition of reality, and it is again the seed that gives birth to the cognition of varieties. Therefore, Sleep is called Bija Nidra. Sleep with seed. This sleep of nature of non-cognition of reality does not exist in Turiya. This is not there. It being ever the all-seer, therefore the drift that there does not exist the bondage of causal condition in Turiya. Now, Turiyena vidyate. Without the rope, you cannot see the snake. Is it not? In the same way, the Turiya this is in the Turiya, the Prajna was superimposed, and then it is the seed. Afterwards, it sees the waking state and dream state. That means, in Prajna, the seed is there. The cause is there. Cause for what? For waking and dream, that is there. That is why he says it is bound by cause. And this, the seed that gives birth to cognition of varieties is not there in Turiya or Atman. And actually in sleeping state, what happens? The cover is there. Ignorance. That's why. Though we say the space in the pot or the space part, we may say, part space, taking into consideration the part, but not taking the consideration the space. So, when we compare the Prajna with Turiya, we say, but actually nothing is there in the Turiya. Space is space. There is no part in the space. In the same way, because of the adjunct, you may tell that something is superimposed. But by its nature, it is pure. And now you feel the bondage. You ask a 90-year-old person to run in the beach. Can he? Oh, I am old, I cannot do. He says he is bound by the old age. So, because you think that you are bound by something and that you are now experiencing, that's why you want to get rid of this thing. You want to get rid of this thing. That means, somehow or other, now I have entered into this body, I am having birth and death, let these things be not there in future. Going again and again, taking birth. So, the hard work that you are doing now, the practices, are for the future not to get again a body, or to experience the highest happiness here and now. You are doing so much of practices, all these things you are doing. And here he says, two reasons he has given why the Turiya is not bound. Once he says, it is not bound by the cause, Turiya. Because the identity of the body or other things, you say so. And finally, after realizing the states are not there in the Atman, they are removed. When you experience the highest happiness in deep contemplation, samadhi, you see only the inner light. You forget about your body. No sleep, no dream, no waking. I am that what is there. See? Very, very easy to experience, provided you have cleansed your mind. Cleanse the mind and see. That's why Srimanji says, go ahead, progress. Never lag behind. On and on, you go ahead, he says. Next, Swapna Nidra Yutau Adyau Pragyastu Aswapna Nidra. In the beginning itself I told Tatra here what you are going to explain: waking state, dream state and sleeping state. Tatra. Tatra ete sloka bhavanti. That's why again and again, what has been explained previously, that he further explained. Swapna nidra yutau badyo pragyastu swapna nidra na nidra naivata swapnam turye pashyanti nishchitaha. The first two, Vishwa and Tejas, are associated with the dream and sleep. But the prajna, which is bound by the cause, with sleep devoid of dream, prajna is associated with sleep. The knower of Brahman do not see either sleep or dream in Turiya. No sleep, no dream. That is, dream and sleep are the causes for non-cognition or, say, misconception. All these things, they are not there. Now here he say, nischitaha, pashyanti nischitaha. That means the knowers of Brahman, they do not see in themselves. Afterwards he is going to tell, these knowers of Brahman are having two houses, buildings. To manage one building is difficult, and having two. This is one building. All through the day we break, they had to manage this fellow. And he says the knowers of Brahman are having two houses. One is, he says, the inner apartment and then the outer apartment. What is the inner apartment? Atman. What is the outer apartment is the body. At times he comes this side, at times he goes that side. In Brahma Sutras, there is a question. First, before sleeping, he enters into the veins, the individual. Then the veins are covering the heart. Then he enters into the space of the heart and sleeps. So, the opponent asks, the sleeping prajna is having three places. He may go into the veins, he may go into the veins of the heart, or he may go into the space. Different places of sleeping.
When he says veins, what Sanskrit word are they using?
That is nadi. Nadi is suptaha. Then the individual is having three places. Wherever he wants, he can sleep. That is opponent. No. As a king, he can go to anywhere in his kingdom, but his sleeping place is confined to one place. He enters from the outer court to the inner room, and inner room to he goes to the bedroom, then he sleeps on the bed. So, these nadi and all other things are only the doorways to get into sleep. So, there is only one place. That's why we say, the prajna sleeps in the heart, the space in the heart. These are all the doorways to go inside, that's all. But here you say the realized person is having two apartments. That means when he is in samadhi, he goes inside the Atman. When he feels hungry, he wanted to eat something, then he comes out of apartment. Because of the prarabdha body is there. He cannot get away, throw away the body. So the first two, Vaishva and Tejasa, are associated with the dream and sleep. That it comes afterwards, I think, somewhere. One who wakes up, he cannot see the dream. In dream, you see that you are waking. So, he says, what is the definition of the dream? You are not waking. You are not sleeping. Oh, that's why he says, the Tejasa sees the dreams. Is it not? And Vishwa is in waking state. But the prajna is not having these two states. The knower of Brahman do not see the sleep or dream in Turiya. That's why when he becomes one with the Atman, that means the mind is not having separate existence. Mind has dissolved into the Atman. What Sri Ramakrishna says, the salt doll went to measure the ocean, dissolved. No salt doll, no separate ocean. Before going, you may see the difference. After dissolving, Svetaketu asked a question. You say God is here. I am not seeing. God is everywhere. I am not seeing. Arey. All right. Bring a salt, rock salt. Put it in a pot of water in the night. And early morning you bring the pot to me. Then the teacher asked Svetaketu, you bring back my salt, rock salt. It is dissolved, it is not there. Then can you say the salt is not there in the rock, in the pot? The salt is there. You see the taste, salt is there. In the same way, though it is there, you are not seeing. Though God is all-pervading, you are not seeing, you have to experience. See. Swapne anidha grahanam sarpeva rajvam. In dream we see something else, as we see a snake on the rope. Nidra vukta tattva pratibodha lakshanam tamaha. And in the sleep, you don't know the consciousness. You are not experiencing. Tabhyam swapna nidrabhyam yukto visva tejasa. The visva and tejasa is with anyatha grahanam and apratibodha lakshanam. That is, both are there. Atastau karya karana baddhau. Like the perception of a snake in a rope is dream that consists in misapprehension of reality. In dream you are seeing something outside. The impressions of the mind are seen by the witness of the Atma. Sleep has been described as darkness consisting in non-apprehension of reality. With these two, dream and sleep are Visva and Tejas are associated. Tau karyakarana baddhau. That is why they are said to be conditioned by the states of cause and effect. Pragyastu swapna vajjita kevala eva nidriyayita. But the prajna, the sleeping state, there is no dream. It is only bound by the cause. Na ubhayam pashyanti turiye. Both are not there in the turiya. Brahma vido. Nishchita Brahma. Who has decided this? No, it's a Brahman, he says. Viruddhatva savitariva tamaha. There is no darkness in sun. In the same way, there is no nidra, sleep or dream. Ato na karyakarana baddhityukturiyaha. It is not bound by the cause or the effect. Prajna, because of being associated with mere sleep alone, devoid of dream, is said to be conditioned by the causal state. The prajna, there is no dream. The knowers of Brahman do not see both these in turiya, since these are opposite to turiya, like darkness and to the sun. Therefore, turiya is said to be not conditioned by the states of cause and effect. No cause, no effect. So, he says, all these things are imaginary in the self, superimposed. Ignorance and effect are these, are not there in turiya. All these things are told. And kada turiya nishchito bhavati. He is asking, when now is being what said? When one gets established in turiya, we all want to get established in turiya. When you will get established, that will be told tomorrow.